As said, this is another wonderful site. You can actually go through these different levels to practice the Flexbox, and you can see and you can learn the Flexbox in action. Okay. And
Okay.
this pawn, what is this pawn? This pawn, this whole thing, blue thing is the pawn here, and our pawn contains a frog and this leaf. These 12 items. Pawn is a container.
Okay.
Okay. So the goal is actually we need to align these two things. How do you align? That is how you progress through levels. Here we want to place these two things. We want to place this frog on top of that this leaf. How to do this?
Okay.
So since there is no uh, here there is no flex direction, we can assume that main axis is row.
Yeah.
Okay. Since main axis is row, I can use justify content. Okay. Start flex start, which is default. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And use the cheat sheet we have learned already. Here is the justify content flex start, which is used to place items in the beginning of the main axis. At the end of the main axis, it is center. Okay. Now here we need to use, if it is flex end, it is center, it is placed at the center. All we need to do is flex
And
end.
mm,
Okay. So we
okay.
completed level 1.
Start.
Okay. So now how do you place how can you place these two properly? Here if you use flex end, they are placed
Enter.
at the end. Here we need to use center.
Enter.
Okay. And like I said, since there is no flex direction property here, what is the main axis, which is row? That is the reason we are using justify content. So center.
Yeah.
See, completed level. On the next level, and how to place these things. So justify content
Space
center.
around.
It is not working, and
Space around.
yeah, space around. Okay. So
Mm.
because we want a space around the first item and second last item. Okay. So are you trying along with me? Do you
No, no,
open
no.
the,
I'm just.
yeah.
No, no.
Okay. I have
I'm
sent
just.
you link over the chart. Okay, just in
Yeah.
case. Just write content. And
Mm.
now how to place this thing? Space,
Between.
yeah, between. Okay.
Mm.
And you see we are progressing to these levels. And if you
Mm.
complete these things, you can say, I can assure you, you are now pretty much perfect in Flexbox. Okay, and
Okay.
how to place this thing? Now you tell me. What is the main axis here?
Main axis is column.
Sorry, main axis is row, cross axis is column, vertical.
And they're saying like align items.
Yeah, no.
Mm.
Yeah, they are saying align items. I'm asking
Okay.
here. So there is no flex direction. So what is the main axis? Row.
Yeah, row.
What is a cross axis? Which is a column or a vertical, right?
Mm.
So
We have to change
we
direction,
have to
right?
place this thing at the end. So
And
since we need to place them along a cross axis, we use align items.
align items. Yeah.
Yeah, align
Flex
items.
and.
Yeah, flex end. And
Mm.
see, we have this cheat sheet can come. Where is this? Well, align items. Yeah, here it is.
Align. Mm.
Okay. Okay, you see, flex start, flex end, center, baseline. Okay, so we are using flex end. Okay, so why are we using, why we are not using justify content? Because justify content is what we used to place items along the main axis. Okay, that is horizontally, but here we need to place this box vertically at the end. So vertical means here, since we haven't used any flex direction, by default it is a main axis is row. So since we need to place them along the cross axis, so to place items along cross axis we use a align items. Okay, so as discussed here. Okay, so so okay, you see, align items define the how items are laid along cross axis. Justify content how items are laid along main axis. Okay,
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
yeah. And
Justify,
now
justify center, align item center.
justify content
Center, align
center.
item center.
Yeah.
Affinity.
See, now
Yes.
it is placed horizontally center. It is horizontally centered. So
Mm.
along the main axis. Now we need to center it vertically along a cross axis. So
Okay.
align items center. Now
Justify content space between align content flex and వస్తలేదు. Justify content space between
yeah, justify content space between.
space align items
Okay.
flex and కానీ కరెక్ట్ గా రాలేదు. అది స్పేస్ అరౌండ్ చూద్దాం. 1 second. Yeah, space around. Justify
Yes.
content space around
Yes.
align content. Yeah. అది ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయడం వల్ల ఈజీ అయింది, లేకపోతే అవ్వకపోయేది.
Yes. Yes. Now,
ఆ,
how to place this?
flex and
Yeah. Justify content. See, don't read about these things since we have discussed the whole thing. Okay, but this whole thing explanation is helpful when
so is it not like
directly come.
the how should go on that list?
Yeah, justify content. Let's try flex end. What you said. Okay. Now it is wrong. Okay. Why?
Okay.
Because the
Different color.
order is reverse. So to reverse the order, to
Order,
do what should we
order
use?
child, child
Flex
CSU.
flex direction row.
Okay.
Let's, it is a row, flex direction is a row. Okay, if you give
Hmm.
column, we are just changing the main axis. We are making a
Oh,
main column as a main axis. Okay, so when you change a flex, when you make a flex direction column, so items are placed vertically one after other. By default is
hmm.
row. So when it is row, items are placed one after other horizontally. Main axis is row. So when flex direction is column, main axis would be the column. So they are placed along the main axis. See, remember one thing, always items are placed along the main axis. And here
Okay.
there is another thing, row reverse.
Reverse.
Yeah,
Correct వచ్చేసి.
yes. Okay. And this is what we have that thing here, align items. Sorry, flex direction here it is. Yeah, row reverse. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is row, column, column reverse. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's go to the next one.
Like direction column.
Yes. Now flex direction,
Direct.
flex direction column. But is it working? Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
my mistake. We did it. Okay.
Mm.
So we just we don't have to use anything. Flex flow and align content. We just made a flex direction column. So they're placed along the main axis, that is a column vertically. And now
First direction row reverse chassis.
flex
Yeah.
direction
Direction.
row reverse and
And,
see, row reverse means it starts from right to left
this
and
space between or around.
justify content flex
Space.
end. Flex end, you see, this is a thing, it is a tricky here. So row reverse means what happens.
Okay.
Okay.
Got you.
Okay, let me explain this once again.
అర్థమైంది. అర్థమైంది.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, here as I explained here. So if flex direction is row, what is a this is a starting point, right? Start, which is a it is called a main start. Okay, main
Mm.
axis start, main axis end. Okay, this is when it is a row. But when it is a row reverse, the rightmost corner would be the main start,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
got it.
And this is main axis end. So
Mm.
items placed from here this way. Now, when you want to place items here, you need to use justify flex end, because when items are placed from right to left, sorry, this is a flex start, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a flex start, and this would be
Mm.
the flex end. Okay. So now do you understand this one? Got it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get it? Yeah.
Flex direction column, justify content, flex end.
X direction
Column,
column
justify content, flex end.
justify. Why are we using justify content? Justify content is used to place items along main axis. Here main axis is a column. So we
Yeah.
want to place items. We want to affect items along the main axis. So we are using justify content. If you use align content, align items here, they are they are actually placed at the end of the container along the cross axis. Here cross axis is horizontal, cross axis is row, because we use the flex direction column. Got it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, flex, because vertical is the main axis, now horizontal is a cross axis. Since we use the align items, so which is used to place items along a cross axis. So here cross axis is horizontal, they placed at the end horizontally, which is a cross axis, since we use column as a flex direction. So
Okay.
justify content, we have to use
Flex
flex
end.
here. Okay, so let's do just another 4 levels and call it a day.
Next one, right? Flex
Yes,
column, flex direction column, reverse. Flex
flex
justify content, space between.
column. Okay,
Reverse.
justify content space
Right. Or column reverse.
between
Mm.
and column. Yes. Wow. That's great. Now,
Next, okay. Flex direction.
flex direction.
Extend. Mm,
So,
direction. Enter. Mm-mm. Content. Enter. Align item. Column reverse. Row reverse.
yeah.
Row reverse.
Yes.
Mm.
This one. See, column is
Order.
a flex.
Order.
Order. Yes. Yellow one. We need to place yellow one.
Yellow frog.
Yes. Yellow frog
Yellow
at the
frog.
end.
Okay.
Okay.
One
Order.
or three. One is fine. Okay. Mm.
If I give -1,
Goes to first place.
yeah, 0, which is default.
Mm.
And now, red one.
Red one.
Where to place a red one?
One. Order -1.
Order. Order. This one.
ఒకసారి -2 ఇవ్వండి. ఇక లెసర్ వాల్యూ ఏది ఇచ్చినా ఇక్కడనే ఉంటది
Yes,
కావచ్చు.
yes, yes, yes. So -1 is the beginning.
One, please one.
Yeah, yeah, place one. Okay, which is at the end.
Oh,
Okay,
zero.
go to
Hmm.
0 is
Okay.
0 is just
Okay.
unchanged. One
Okay.
is that one, two, no difference. Okay,
Okay.
-2, which is just no difference. Which is equivalent to here -1.
So what
Minus
if
one
you
is minus one
uh-huh.
is equivalent to the placing. -1 is like a place this one at the beginning of the
Okay, can you please that place that red frog in the second leaf?
second leaf.
Second or third?
No, it is
Mm-hmm.
it is not happening here. Yeah, let's move it. Okay. That one is quite possible with the bootstrap, but this order one is just uh, we need to set
Reorder
it.
maybe when I think they are placing this as the default 0.
Yeah, default 0 means unchanged. Okay.
Oh,
Zero
mm,
zero means where it is.
okay.
Okay. So -1 means at the place it at the starting. One means at the
Okay.
end. Okay. Other values we need to see specs once.
Okay.
And here the yellow one at the end. How to use it?
Line items end.
See what is the flex? What is main axis here? Row.
Oh,
Okay. Because we haven't given that is a default one. Flex items. Flex start because they are placed at the
at the top.
beginning
Yeah.
uh, across the cross axis, but we want to
We have
place
to move it down.
what?
Only, we have to move everything to the
No,
down or
no,
only
no,
the
no.
yellow flag.
Particular one to this leaf.
Only yellow
See,
frog to leave.
yes, yes, along the cross axis. So we have learned align self, right?
Uh,
Yeah. So we haven't we learned align self? Here it is.
Vision.
Yeah,
Mm.
align self. So where do we use align self? When do you when you want to actually apply this align items, uh, but not all items, but a particular,
Um,
yeah, selected
yeah.
one.
Okay. Okay. So flex and
Yes, but align self is what you apply to the align self is the property that is used to set
item.
a alignment on a particular item, whereas align content and align items are actually used on a container. Okay,
Mm.
the flex end.
Um, mm.
Okay, now this is quite complex. Hello, align, self, flex, end.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah. What happened? Do you see?
Did the green frog
Yeah,
changed?
order. I have used order. If I don't use
Oh,
order, this is what happened. Okay.
okay.
If I
Okay.
just this is where they are. Okay. I want them at the end. So align self. I use the flex end. So they are placed at the end of a cross axis. But I want them to be placed at the end. Okay. So this is the end, right? One,
Mm.
two, three, four, five. Okay. At the end of the main axis. So I used order one. Like order minus one is at the beginning, zero is no no difference, and one is at the end. Is this
Okay.
confusing or?
Yeah, but okay. And practice on that.
Okay, now we'll just okay, we'll call it a day. What do you say?
Mm.
Shall we finish all of them or just?
I'll practice and I'll complete the rest of them.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll just call it a day by finishing this one.
Yeah.
Okay. So so now you see all are can you see, can you sense something? The fracs are shrinked. Can you sense
Yeah.
that? Yeah. Why?
Mm.
Because
No,
by default it is a no wrap. Okay. Just use a flex wrap.
no, it's wrapped, I think. That's the reason this shouldn't.
No wrap is what. Let's go to this one. Where is flex wrap? You see no wrap. How these are placed? Wrap. They will be wrapped.
Okay.
Okay. Wrap reverse is just opposite. Wrap, but uh, from the end of the cross axis.
Oh,
Okay. So use flex wrap wrap.
okay.
Okay. You got it.
Mm.
If you don't use it, just put a no wrap, which is just save. Okay.
Okay.
So if you put more flags and more flags, what happens? They will just shrink.
Okay.
Okay. I mean the items will shrink to make a room for our next items in the container, but they will be in the single line only.
Okay.
But but you want to make a room uh, for new items, as well as you want the items not to shrink. Okay, so in such a case, if you use flex wrap, items take their actual size, and if the item doesn't fit there, okay,
Goes to
yeah, it
line.
goes to next line. Like here, see, no wrap, no, they all items shrink, okay, with this 40%. But when I use wrap with this 40%, as you can see, 3, if it is placed here, it goes out of the container, so it is placed in the next line.
Mm.
Okay, so flex wrap.
Mm. Flex, I'll tell this. Flex direction column.
Okay, so we
Flex.
thought we'll call it a day, but it is interesting. Let's do this one. Okay,
Mhm.
what do you say?
Flex direction column. Flex wrap.
Yeah,
Mm.
flex wrap wrap.
Mm.
Okay, so okay, we'll do the next one and this will finish. 20.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll leave the remaining one to you. Okay, you finish the remaining 4.
Okay.
Okay, so what to do here? Flex
ఒకటే
wrap
లైన్ లో.
wrap. Yeah, here I need to use 2 properties, flex direction and flex wrap. But there is a shorthand for that. Okay, we have learned
Mm.
that shorthand here. What is this? Flex
Yeah.
flow, which is a
So,
shorthand for flex direction and flex wrap. Okay,
yeah.
so
Column
so
wrap.
here what is a column wrap, column reverse, row reverse, wrap reverse. Okay,
Column wrap. మరి ఇట్లా టఫ్గా ఏమి ఇయ్యలేడు కదా.
yes, column wrap.
Mm.
Okay, yeah.